Hi all, this is Tony here. Going to show you how to play Spirit of the Living God Fall Fresh on Me in the key of F major. Now, this song is a really beautiful song for worship and for starting a service, or even if you want to play it before the preacher gets up to preach, because the lyrics of it are basically asking the Holy Spirit to come in and to refresh us and to officiate over our lives. So let me run through a demonstration, then we'll break it down chord by chord. Alright, so let's run through the song chord by chord. It starts off with an F major chord, F-A-C, but we invert it, take the C, throw it down there. We do the same thing with the left hand. Now for most of the song, the left hand and the right hand will be doing generally the same thing, but there will be a few exceptions. So, C, F, A, C, F, A. So, Spirit of is just an F inverted chord. Now I'm just doing a little roll of the notes that I have just to make it sound less boring. So Spirit of the, now we get to live. In your left hand, B flat, D, and F. This is a B flat major chord. Now in your right hand, you have D, F, and G. Now when you put all of these together, it's B flat, D, and F. So it's a B flat major chord with the added sixth note of the scale. So this is a B flat 6 chord, just stretched out in both hands. Now you're free, if you want to throw another B flat in there, just so you're playing two B flat 6 chords. But that's not fun for my fingers. I like to just play my B flat 6 chord this way. So F, B flat 6. Now we move to a D major chord. D, F sharp, A. And in your left hand, you're also playing a D major chord, but instead of playing it like this, you're going to take that A and throw it down here. So now you're playing it like this. Is that clear? So, we have a D major chord in the left hand with A, D, F sharp. And in the right hand, we have another D major chord with D, F sharp, A. So, let's recap. Got it? Now, the next chord, so far we have Next, this is just an inverted G minor chord. I'm playing the 1 and the 5th in my left hand, G and D. In my right hand, I'm playing a G minor chord. A G major chord is G, B, D, but we're just flattening the 3rd. So for the syllable God, you have a D, F, and a B flat. So let's recap. F, B flat 6, D, G minor. Now if you want to, you can add this B flat right here. I prefer not to do that because it's a little tricky with the fingering, and the song is pretty simple. You don't really need to add a bunch of accidentals in there. So that's Up to Spirit of the Living God. Now for the Fall Fresh on Me part. F. This is also F in another inversion, so F in its second inversion, F in its first inversion, if I'm not mistaken. Then we move to a C dominant 7th chord. So let's go through that slowly. Spirit of the Got it? So fall, F, fresh, another F chord, but you're inverting it down, C dominant 7th. Now if you need help knowing what a C dominant 7th is, it's just a C major chord with an added flattened 7. So think of it as a C major chord with an added B flat. See, I'm playing C. See, I have C, E, G with a B flat. Alright, so let's get what we have so far. F, B flat 6th, D, G minor, F, C dominant 7th, and you play that twice before you get into the verse. So you go and all I'm doing is, with the chords I'm playing, walking up with each note. When I have an F, when I have a D, when I have a C dominant 7th, all I'm doing is taking the chord, hitting the chord, and then hitting each of the notes of the chord individually. It's called arpeggiating. So let's get to the break me, melt me, mold me, fill me, use me part, or however the lyrics are different depending on the hymnal. Now, for the break me, B flat major, that's all, 2 B flats in your left hand. This is a B flat inverted chord. D, F, B flat. And I like to hit the 2 B flats up here to sort of give it a nice little flourish. Back to your F. I hit 2 Fs, but you can't really see my hand, but this is an F, and it's an octave of Fs. Sort of another flourish. You don't have to do it. So, B flat, F. Now this next chord, this is a G dominant 7th chord. We have G, we have a G right here, a B right here, a D in the middle, and an F. Just like I told you with the C dominant seventh, you take the seventh note of the scale and flatten it. That's exactly what you do here. So a G chord is GBD with an added F. That's a G dominant seventh chord. I've just taken that chord and stretched it all over the piano. Sorry, my bad. I play the right chord. There we go. That's correct. This is G dominant seventh. So, to recap, and if you want to, you can add the fifth in your left hand, add this F in between your B flats. Then our G dominant seventh. Now we just go to a C major chord. This is just, ordinarily a C major chord is C, E, G. We're gonna invert it, E, G, C. And in our left hand, we're gonna go C, E, C. That's all. Now you're finished with the song, so let's recap. F, B flat 6, D, G minor, F, C dominant 7th, F. Then you repeat that twice. Now, many of you may notice that I did something else the second time I went through the verse. I did sort of a turnaround. Now what I did was to do this kind of a turnaround, you have to sort of pay attention to the chord theory of the song. It went from F to D minor to G to C dominant 7th back to F. That's what I did, because the song itself just says F, C dominant 7th back to F. Now, what that basically is the 1 chord of the scale, then the 5, then back to the 1. So by itself, you just have 1, 5, 1. You just have But what I sort of decided to do was flesh that out a little bit. Rather than just having a 1-5-1 chord progression, which is actually quite common. You have 1-5-1s and you have your 2-5-1s and all sorts of turnarounds. I fleshed it out and made it a 1-6-2-5-1 turnaround, which sort of added more of an embellished sound. So we go from to a more embellished sound. This is F major, and I have 2 Fs in my left hand and a C in the middle. So I go F, take your pinky, put it up here, now you're playing a D minor chord, and in your left hand you put 2 Ds with an A in the middle. Now go to your 2. which is your G, now to your 5, C dominant 7, I have 2 C's in my left hand, back to your 1. So literally the chords, if you're paying attention, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's how you get the second Fall Fresh on Me. Or whatever, when you go from the C dominant 7th, it doesn't matter, whatever inversion of the F chord you want to resolve out to. You can go Fall Fresh on Me. You usually do that one when you're ending the song. You usually do the lower inversion when you're ending the song. But you do this one when you're playing in the middle of the song. So I'm going to do that 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. All right. So now the last part of the song, which was pretty easy. Then you just go back to the rest of the song. So now everything in its full context, your turnarounds, your dominant 7th chords, everything all together. There you go.